All right, boys. Welcome back to the channel and welcome everybody to the first technical upload of 2022 because the New Year video was technically a video filmed in 2 years, but we're not here to talk about that. I did this video last year and I got it right. I got the Super Bowl champion right. Like, I was goated last year. I got it, got the Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, go Tom Brady, favorite player all time. And the only problem was I didn't predict the Super Bowl right, but I predicted the winner right because I predicted that the Bucks and the Bills would play in the playoffs. They would play in the Super Bowl against each other, and it ended up being Bucks and Chiefs. So we're back this year. Hopefully, we can get the Super Bowl winner right because that's honestly all I care about, and we are 1-for-1 so far, which is actually pretty impressive. So let's start with the bracket. So let's open up with the Tampa Bay and Philadelphia game. This game should be a walk in the park for the Bucks. I see no way of how they lose this game. Tom Brady's going to dominate. They get Leonard Fournette back. Giovanni Bernard's going to come back probably. The defense is all healthy, and the Eagles suck. So I have the Buccaneers. Moving on. So we're gonna type it. Buccaneers. Move on. Down here. As you know, I got the playoff thing kind of wrong last year. Like, originally last year I would have put Tampa Bay against Green Bay, but that's not how the playoffs work. The lowest remaining seed would play Green Bay. So the worst team, like the lowest seed who would win would play the Packers. So let's go to Dallas and San Francisco. This is going to be an absolute hood classic. San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, one of the oldest rivalries to the date in the NFL. This is going to be, in my eyes, not a close game, but I've been looking at the spreadsheets, and a lot of people actually give the 49ers a chance to win this game. And if they do, okay, but Dallas is going to win this, and they are going to play the Buccaneers. So, Cowboys versus Bucks. Since Dallas is the 3 seed, Tampa Bay is the 2. Whoever wins the Rams and the Cardinals game are the lowest remaining seed and would play the Packers in the divisional. So let's take a look at this Rams and Cardinals matchup. They went 1-for-1 against each other since they're division rivals in the regular season. The Cardinals nearly won that second game. They kind of got their stuff together in the second half, but it just came a little short because of Cooper Kupp. I mean, the Rams are packing on all cylinders, but I feel like the Cardinals are the dark horse of this playoffs. The Cardinals are going to win this game. The Cardinals are honestly going to win this game. And everybody's going to be like, what the hell? But I honestly believe the Cardinals are going to win this game and go against Green Bay. So, let's go to the NFC divisional round of the playoffs. Let's start out top. We have the number 1 Packers versus the Cardinals. These teams met in the regular season, but the Cardinals lost in the final 4 seconds because their last play, they were already in field goal range, but had enough for a field goal, but went to with a little bit of extra time to the end zone, and it was picked off because the Kyler Murray and AJ Green were not on the same page. The Packers barely won that game, and it's like they had barely any injuries. So honestly, with a few of their weapons still out for this playoff game, I have the Cardinals advancing to the NFC Championship. I have the Cardinals advancing to the NFC Championship game. Don't be shocked if it happens, because I honestly think it can happen. They can beat the Rams, they can beat the Packers, but both of those games is going to take a lot out of them. So let's go to the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. All right. Dallas, way better than last year, and they didn't even make the playoffs. They make a divisional trip, but they're in Tampa Bay. I believe if this game was played in Dallas, Dallas had home field advantage. They could maybe beat the Bucks. But because they don't, and Tom Brady taking the charge in this late playoff run, the Buccaneers are going to win in an absolute hood classic game and advance to the Cardinals in the NFC Championship. They will play the Cardinals for a shot at the Super Bowl. So don't be surprised if this happens. So now, let's go to the NFC Championship game, of course. In Tampa, with home field advantage, Kyler Murray is a scrambling quarterback, so that will give the Buccaneers some problems. But overall, I think that Tampa Bay's defense is going to take over, Since they're at home, they have barely any challenge. I generally believe the Buccaneers will win this game and go to back-to-back Super Bowls. The Buccaneers take this game. The only game that I see being honestly close this playoffs is the Buccaneers and Cowboys. Like I told you, Kyler Murray's going to put up a fight, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So, now that we've got the NFC side, we'll come back to the end at the end of Super Bowl 56, and we'll see how much of this I got right. Hopefully, I am pretty right on this. So let's go to the AFC. Same thing with Green Bay. Tennessee got the bye week. So they would play the lowest remaining seed. Even though it's cut out on the side, I know that Kansas City's the 2, Pitt's the 7, Buffalo, I believe, is the 3, San Francisco's the 6. I think that's how the playoff thingies work. So hopefully I can't really see the sides of it. So I might real quick check the seeds of every team right now on my computer on the side. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Found the list of all that. So let's start off with Kansas City and Tennessee. I've always been a firm believer that the Chiefs are overrated. I say it with pride. I have no problem saying that I think the Chiefs are overrated. But they are playing a Steelers team with Big Ben, who in his final season makes the playoffs. I'm happy for you, man. But at the end of the day, if the Steelers had a better defense, I would give them a legitimate shot to win this game. But because of that defense being pretty damn bad this year, I honestly think it's going to hurt them. So the Chiefs are going to win this game. Like, I don't like it. I don't like the Chiefs. Tom Brady beat him in the last year in the Super Bowl because, Tom Brady owns them. But we're not here to talk about Patrick Mahomes. I got nothing against them, man. I just think that people give him a little bit too much credit. So we're going to put the Chiefs down there. So now we got the Bills and the Patriots. That at the time of recording, the Bengals played today, and the Bills and Patriots played today. So let's look at the Bills and the Patriots. The Bills were my favorite to make the Super Bowl last year. They're my number 2 team that will make the Super Bowl this year. The Bills are going to outdo the Patriots. The game is in Buffalo. I've seen the weather conditions. It's going to be really cold, really windy, and Josh Allen knows how to operate in those conditions and throw the football. So, with ease, Buffalo wins over New England. I mean, with ease, I'll take that back. It's going to be a really close game. Like, Bill Belichick and Mac Jones are not going to make it easy, but I genuinely believe that Buffalo will win that game by at least over 3 points. It'll be a good game. So it's not going to be a blowout. This is going to be like fight to the end. So Chiefs and Buffalo rematch of the AFC Championship last year, which the Chiefs won. The game right now would be in Kansas City, but we're not even there yet because we have to talk about the, We got to talk about the Bengals and the Raiders because right now the Chiefs would play the Bills, but that could change who I think would win in the Bengals and the Raiders game. So, Bengals and Raiders, currently at time of recording, are 2 hours away from kickoff. I really, hands down, give credit to the Raiders for being able to make the playoffs with everything that happened to them this season. Honestly, bro. I forever salute Raiders fans for having to endure the amount of things and off-the-field issues. But, one word, Joe freaking Burrow. Joe Burrow is going to take over in Cincinnati, and they're going to win that game. Like, they're going to win it. Do I think it's going to be a close game? No. I think the Bengals are going to win by 2 touchdowns. But when I look back at this, I think the Bengals are going to win. So the Bengals will play the Tennessee Titans for a spot at the AFC Championship. So Bengals, Titans. The Titans are the number 1 seed. All their players, including Derrick Henry, who was having pretty much another offensive player of the year, maybe even MVP season, got hurt. Everybody said he was out for the year. Was placed on injured reserve, came out of injured reserve on the final week, decided not to play because not trying to injure that foot anymore. They got the bye, and they got to play the Bengals. Like, bro, the Bengals were good this year, but they're not yet. Not yet. Maybe in the few years when we continue doing this, because this is going to become a tradition, maybe the Bengals become the number one seed. But right now, Tennessee wins this game because of Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will win them that game. Like, I remember last year I said the Titans were going to win in the playoffs and they lost that game. They ruined my bracket instantly. But I know I'm going to get some of these wrong, but I'm confident in this. I honestly believe this can happen in the playoffs. So the Titans punched their ticket to their second AFC Championship in 3 years, which is pretty darn impressive. So let's go to the Chiefs and the Bills. My God, this probably is going to feel like the AFC Championship for both teams. But hear me out. The Bills have a better defense, okay? The Chiefs have a better offense. What wins you championships? Defense wins championships. Buffalo win in overtime. This is literally one playoff game that honestly could go to overtime. The Bills are going to literally, without any hesitation, in overtime, win that game and go against the Titans in the AFC Championship. I believe these teams didn't meet in the regular season last time. Let me search it up. Titans vs. Bills. The last time they played was this year, actually. And the Titans only won by 3 because on the 1-yard line, Josh Allen did a quarterback sneak and it didn't work. So basically, 1 yard separated both of these teams from a win. Well, separated the Bills from a win. But Tennessee has home field advantage for the playoffs. And they have Derrick Henry. So that'll be difficult. Buffalo has a better quarterback than Josh Allen. Maybe a better receiving core. I don't know. That's debatable. But when it comes down to those moments, I genuinely believe that Tennessee can win this game. And it sounds crazy, but like, I don't know. With having Derrick Henry, I have a lot of faith in Derrick Henry. You know, I have faith in Derrick Henry, but like the Bills have a good defense. Hear me out. But I trusted the Bills last year with their 13-3 record. This year, yes, they went 11-6, but they're not the same team from last year. Something happened. Maybe the losses. I'm not saying the Bills are a hell of a good team. In fact, like, I only picked the Titans because, they got Derrick Henry, who's an absolute menace, and their defense has been pretty good this year. Like, they beat the Chiefs in the regular season. Like, they beat most of these teams in the regular season that they have to play against. So I think it's a Titans and Buccaneers Super Bowl. So let's hear this out. Tampa Bay is the best running defense in the NFL. Their secondary isn't the best, so Ryan Tannehill's going to have to throw the football. But he's not used to doing this, especially on a big atmosphere. Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl championships, is going to win the league MVP this year. If they give it to Aaron Rodgers again, I'm going to shoot somebody. So I think it's going to be a good Super Bowl, but for the second straight year, for the first time since the New England Patriots with Tom Brady in 2004 and 2005, the Buccaneers will repeat in the Super Bowl. They're going to repeat Super Bowl champions. I might say it's going to be easy for the Buccaneers. No. Stopping Derrick Henry is going to be one of the hardest things that Todd Bowles is going to have to come up with. But I believe that Tom Brady can get it done. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is my playoff bracket for 2022. We'll come back at the end of the playoffs and see how much we got right. But the only game that I am not confident in is the Titans and Buffalo. Like, that game can be easily won by the Bills. Every other game, I think that can happen. But I genuinely believe that even I don't have enough data and through my observations to think that the Bills can't win that game. But I don't know. Derrick Henry is going to try his literal best. When they made the AFC Championship 2 years ago, that team was led by Derrick Henry. So, I don't know. Maybe the Bills don't have one of their corners, I think. So, I don't know. It'll be very, 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 very good game. But honestly, I believe the Titans get it done and they lose to Tampa in the Super Bowl. So, playoff bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Stay humble. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.